Video footage released today of the helicopter wreckage of the Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and all those that were on board, including the foreign minister of Iran. They did not survive the wreckage. And this foreign minister is the same one that a couple of months ago threatened the United States that they would not be spared from the Iranians' wrath if the war in Gaza continued. Take a look.
Today in New York and the United Nations, I say frankly to the American statesmen who are now managing the genocide in Palestine that we do not welcome to expansion of the war in the region. But I warn, if the genocide in Gaza continues, they will not be spared from this fire.
So he was also on that helicopter along with the president and all those that were on board. They did not survive the wreckage. And now we have video footage. I'm going to be sharing it with you. And in addition to that, speaking of the war in Gaza, we heard that today the ICC, the International Criminal Court, they have announced that today they have filed applications for arrest warrants for all the members of Hamas, along with the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, for war crimes. They're saying that they have reasonable grounds for them to be arrested. But I'm going to be sharing with you more video footage on this as well, this all unfolding in the last 24 hours. And also, stick around because I've got a video sponsor that's going to be helping you with one of the safest ways to invest your money, but more on that later on in the video. But let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. And before we do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, the video footage, the breaking news, take a quick second, hit that like button for me, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And let's go ahead and get you caught up on the...
First, a Fox News alert. The president of Iran is dead after a helicopter crash, mixing more uncertainty into the most volatile Middle East that we've seen in years.
The crash killing the 63-year-old president along with the country's foreign minister and a handful of other Iranian officials.
Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv as he joins us with more. Trey, what's the reaction over there?
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi is dead, along with the country's foreign minister, following a helicopter crash on Sunday. Early this morning, rescue teams reached the crash site in the mountains of northern Iran. They'd been searching for more than 12 hours. Foggy and dark conditions made the efforts more challenging as dozens of emergency crews combed the forest. Initial images from the crash site show the charred remains of the helicopter that was on its way back from Azerbaijan. In response to the death of Iran's president, Iranian leadership has declared a 5-day period of mourning across the country. Iran's allies like Russia and Turkey expressed condolences following the crash, and according to the Iranian constitution, the vice president, Mohammad Makbir, will assume the role of president until elections are held within 50 days. While the event is certainly significant for the Middle East, it won't greatly affect Iran's foreign or domestic policy. At the top of the government still sits Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. Now, no foul play or foreign actors were suspected to be part of this crash over the weekend, and we do understand that these foggy weather conditions are to blame for the incident. Guys, back to you.
Trey, can you talk about what took, I mean, we got some of the reporting yesterday, but it wasn't until like this morning that we were able to actually confirm the death. What took them so long to get to the crash site?
It's a great question, and it all has to do with the location in northern Iran along the border with Azerbaijan. This is an area, a mountainous region of the country, and it took rescue crews so long to get there because, one, it was dark, and two, it was foggy. So they were relying on allies like Turkey to send drones up in the air to monitor this situation and look for any remains of a helicopter. Ultimately, when they were able to identify the crash site, they sent those rescue team there, and they found no survivors.
That's right. And Trey, you're in Israel right now. We've had breaking news in the last half hour. The International Criminal Court is seeking arrest warrants for leaders of Hamas and the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, both sides accused of war crimes. What is Israeli media saying about that?
Yeah, a really significant announcement this morning by Karim Khan, the top ICC prosecutor, who announced that he is seeking arrest warrants for 5 individuals. From Hamas, we are talking about Mohammed Def, Yahya Sinwar, and Ismail Haniyeh, the men believed to be the masterminds behind the October 7th massacre, known commonly as Black Saturday. On the Israeli side, we're talking about Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the country's defense minister, Yoav Gallant. We're already already getting reaction from top Israeli politicians who are calling this an abomination. They are saying this is ridiculous, and we've even seen statements from individuals like Yair Lapid and Benny Gantz, individuals who have been very critical of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying this is a moral disgrace by the ICC. Now, this morning, this prosecutor released a nearly 10-minute statement, and the ICC says that all individuals are innocent until proven guilty. That statement did not align with that commitment by this top international body. And so the following hours, we are expected to receive more statements from top Israeli officials. Fox News has reached out to the Prime Minister's office and to the Defense Ministry here in Tel Aviv to try and gather more reaction following this announcement this morning.
So, Trey, they did the same thing with Vladimir Putin. It hasn't stopped him from traveling, right? He's still going to his summits and meeting his buddy in China.
Absolutely. And if ultimately these seeking of arrest warrants moves forward to an actual arrest warrant, you'll still see Israeli officials traveling around the world, but they will have to be careful depending on the country that they go to. Let's break down here what it's going to look like in the coming days. What we heard today is not an issuance of arrest warrants for these 5 individuals. It is the top prosecutor from the ICC seeking arrest warrants. Now, the paperwork will go to a panel of judges. Both the Israelis and Hamas will have an opportunity to make their case about why these top officials do or don't fall under this category to receive arrest warrants from the ICC.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're hearing that Iran will have their elections or the announcement of their new leader here within the next 50 days, as they have officially announced the passing of their president and all those that were on that helicopter. In addition to that, we've heard, as I mentioned, ICC, they've announced that they have filed applications for arrest warrants for the leaders of Hamas and also for Benjamin Netanyahu. But we're going to be seeing what unfolds here, because the war is still not over. It is progressing on, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date on everything. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be sure to keep you up to date, and I'll catch you in the next one. And again, thanks to today's video sponsor. I hope it's a blessing to those of you that are interested. And be sure to check out this video right here next for more updates on what's going on. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.